Today's topic is, what is emotional self-regulation? Emotional self-regulation is the ability to monitor and manage our own behavior. With self-regulation, we can calm ourselves down when we're distressed and pick ourselves up when we're low. Self-regulation is developmental in nature, just like learning to walk, talk, and read. Self-regulation includes emotional control, aggression, balance, defiance, mental health, physical wellness, academic performance, positive social interactions, responsibility, discipline, athletic performance. Some strategies that may be used for emotional regulation includes mindfulness. Mindfulness helps with emotional self-regulation by allowing you to delay gratification and manage emotions. Cognitive reappraisal involves changing your thought patterns from a lower negative effect to a higher positive effect. Some other useful strategies for self-regulation include acceptance and problem solving. The benefits of self-regulation are numerous. The following video, presented by Sunshine Coast Health Center, talks about the do's and don'ts in emotional self-regulation.
Talk about some of the do's and don'ts of emotional self-regulation. So one of the don'ts of that we often use, most of us use this, is stuffing our feelings. Now the thing is that in the moment it can be quite helpful sometimes to stuff our feelings. We can avert a stressful situation and potentially avoid making the situation in that moment worse if we were to have an outburst, say. So while it is helpful sometimes initially, stuffing our feelings chronically over and over and not dealing with them in the end can lead to anxiety and depression and all sorts of things. So it's important that if we do stuff them at the beginning, that we do deal with it at some point and don't just bottle it all up. So that's a do and a don't. Another one, this is a really good way to regulate our emotions. And in fact, you don't even have to recognize what the emotion is to be able to reappraise, is what it's called. So reappraising takes a few different steps. So to be able to reappraise a situation, we first have to take ownership for our interpretation of that situation. And then we have to look and see whether our interpretation is the most helpful or whether it's leading to our anger and upset. So I'll give you an example. So imagine that you're driving in traffic and somebody pulls in front of you, cuts you off, right? Our regular response to this would be anger, and probably because we would interpret that that person doesn't care for our personal safety. So if you took a moment and you thought to yourself, okay, well, maybe it's not that they don't care about my personal safety. Maybe they're on their way to the hospital because their wife is in labor and they're stressed out and they didn't even notice me there. So if you were to reframe and reinterpret it in that way, you probably wouldn't feel angry anymore. And so this can be really, really helpful in regulating our emotions. You'll find that the less you take things personally, the less upset that you'll get, and the more that you'll be the author of your own life. So I really encourage people to not take things personally. Another thing that you can do that is helpful sometimes, but again, there's a bit of a pitfall there, is distraction. So distraction can be really helpful when we're feeling upset and, instead of going and overeating or drinking or something like that, we can distract ourselves and get over that emotion and without engaging in any behavior that's really unhealthy. So that can be helpful as kind of like a harm reduction type tactic. But if we're constantly distracting from a feeling that's recurring, like loneliness, that's not going to solve the problem. So distraction can help initially, but if it's for something that's ongoing, then you need to deal with that in the end. Otherwise, it's just going to keep happening. So finding healthy ways to comfort ourselves when we're hurt or disappointed is really important. And particularly if you are a loved one of somebody that's struggling with an addiction. Because addiction is by its very nature very selfish, we can't always depend on the person who hurt us to help us to feel better. So it's really important that we learn how to comfort ourselves and help us to deal with our own emotions. So I hope that you found this month's series to be helpful, and I look forward to bringing you another series next month.
HOPE, the Heroin Opioid Prevention Education program, is a course offered at Life Skills Academy designed for education and prevention of use for opioid, fentanyl, meth, and other drugs that are plaguing our communities. If you need help in these areas, the education and prevention programs at Life Skills Academy can help. Go to lindamcqueen.org. Please take advantage of our forums, chats, group meetings, webinars, and hangouts. Again, go to lindamcqueen.org. The page will open up to Life Skills Academy. If you have any questions, please email us. A link to the website and email address will be provided below. A certificate of completion will be issued upon completion of courses taken with Life Skills Academy. Life Skills Academy provides a platform for you to voice your issues. There you can share stories, heal wounds, and take back your life. Create your own group in the forum today. Go to lindamcqueen.org. Once you are there, the page will open up to Life Skills Academy. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Remember to like and share. And if any of you can donate to this channel, please do. Go to lindamcqueen.org to make your donation. Thank you.